do. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Ryan with Sticker Status here, back again with another educational vinyl tutorial. And today we're going to be showing you how to apply large vinyl stickers onto trailers, box trucks, or any flat surface to take a trailer that looks like this and turn it into something that looks like that. So your first steps when dealing with a trailer like this, there's going to be a few things that need to happen. One, you obviously need to clean the trailer, depending on if your customer brought it in super dirty, might need a full wash. This one's just got a light layer of dust over it, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that off with some rinseless wash solution. Next, you're going to need to take the screws out of your work area. If it has rivets, you can't take those out obviously, but if it does, like in this case, have screws, I'm going to take all these out where the stickers are going to be going. It's just going to make it a lot easier to work around them. Some shops try to wrap over them and tuck into them, and it just doesn't look good, and it leaves lots of room for failure down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out, clean it, take any logos off if there are existing graphics, and then I'm going to get my prints, hang them up here, and show you how to install them. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you're doing jobs like this and you don't have access to a printer, we do offer online shipping for prints, so you can send us the dimensions. So then I'm going to go ahead and get started with cleaning, and we'll be right back. All right, so like I said, one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all the screws that's in my work area. So on my phone, I have a proof here of where the graphics are going to lay out, or you can print it, however you like to do that. And so I'm going to go ahead and refer to the proof to see where the sticker is supposed to lay, and then take the corresponding screws out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so I got all three sides cleaned and screws removed. Now I'm going to go ahead with my final alcohol spray, and then we're going to hang this giant side first. Make sure to give the edges where your panels are a nice clean too. I'm actually using my fingernail and running it in between the two panels because the vinyl is going to tuck right into there, so you don't want any dirt in there. See all that dirt? That was under that seam there. All right, now since this is one giant sticker, I am going to be using duct tape. If it's a smaller sticker, something lighter, you can usually get away with using glue, scotch tape, painter's tape, whatever you want to call it. But this sticker is pretty giant, so I am going to use duct tape. I'm going to fold the end so it's easier to lift off the trailer. It doesn't get stuck like that. So I'm going to put one on each edge, and then since this one's larger, I will probably also want one up on the top in the middle as well. Boom. All right, now I'm going to grab my graphic. All right, so here's my graphic. Like I said, it is a larger one. So I'm going to start by tacking this side over here with my tape in the general location of where it should be. Go ahead and tag that, roll it out to the middle. Might wait to tag that, let's see. That right there is why you want in the middle. I'm going to pull the tension out to the side, re-tack this middle, go over here, pull the tension out again, re-tack the right side. Okay, not stuck up there, but definitely not straight yet. And I am going to be needing to leave room for a phone number at the bottom. As you can see in the proof that I didn't have room for, I can only print up to 60 inches on this printer. And that was a little bigger, so I had to do the phone number in a different sticker, which is totally fine. This logo also is pretty nice because it's broken into 3 different lines of text. So I can actually split those up and lay them individually, which is just going to make the film a lot easier to manage so I don't get ahead of myself. Like, you could try to peel this whole thing, but that's just a very large sticker to try to deal with the whole thing at once. So I'm going to be breaking it up into a few different pieces, making it much easier to install. But the next thing I'm going to need to do is I want to make sure that I'm centered left to right where I want to be. So whether it's exactly center or if it's wherever you showed on the customer's proof, make sure to always match the proof so that way there's no deviation or confusion. So I'm going to double check that now on my phone. So now we need to level the decal, make sure it's not going up or down on either side. So you want to make sure you know somewhere in your design. I know that the bottom of that B and the bottom of this K are level. So I'm going to use that for my measuring points. You want to make sure that you verify that it is level. Like if you use the bottom of this and then the bottom of the letter over here, those aren't exactly on the same line. So you just got to be careful of that. So I'm going to go ahead and measure straight from the top railing of the trailer. But right against that, I know the top of the trailer is level. Theoretically it should be anyways. And I have to write 39 and a half. So now I'm going to go over here and try to get this to 39 and a half. So I'm at 38 and a half over here. So I'm an inch high. So I'm going to need to untack my middle, unfortunately. at 39.5 because when you do lay things and adjust one side, the other side can move a little bit. So now I know I'm centered and I'm level. So this sticker is in position and ready to be laid. So now I'm going to go ahead and break it up into a few different pieces like I was talking about, which is just going to make the install much easier to work with and handle. So how we're going to do that is we're going to tape each line off. So I'm going to have tape on the construction service line, tape on this bottom line, tape on the big logo, and then we're going to be able to split it because there's tape. So I'll show you how that looks. Alrighty, so now I can separate these, separate that. So it's ready to lay as one. I'm gonna cut some extra so I have room for tape there. Boom, like so. And I'm gonna go ahead and half hinge this. Now, which I'll show you what that is here shortly. I'm just gonna hold it in place with this half hinge. Ideally, 2-inch tape would work better. Unfortunately, Amazon's running behind. Okay, now I'm gonna put a nice solid, I'm gonna use the duct tape again. Put a nice solid hinge to hold that there. Okay, so now that that's taped up, we can now split our text here. See, and again, what this is doing is it's just giving you much more manageable stickers. So now, while this is sitting like that, I'm gonna go ahead and, well, yeah, I'm gonna half hinge this and just do these together as one. Since this is a big sticker, I just wanna make sure my hinge is really secure so I don't have 2-inch tape. Alrighty, so we've got them separated. We've got a hinge there, a hinge here. Now we just need a hinge on this big one. But I think I'm gonna lay this first. That way I can get this tape out of the way to hinge the big one. So let's go ahead and do that. So now what you're gonna do, the reason for these tapes that we place is one, to hold it, but two, to be used as but also two, to be used as place markers where the vinyl needs to lay back down once we peel it. So for the duct tape, I'm gonna have to give it a little trim. And then what you can do with the blue tape, hold your thumb down here below it, rip it like that. So we're gonna go all the way back to our hinge here, get my squeegee and my zippy ready, or scissors, whatever you have. So I'm gonna pull this all the way back to our half hinge. Use your zippy or scissors, cut it, boom. So now we have this piece. Now what we're gonna do, now this is wrap film with air release, so I am pretty lucky. If you're using like Oracal or calendared film with no air release, you're gonna have to be very careful that you don't let the stickers behind touch, or else you're gonna have air bubbles that get trapped in it. So if that is the case, you might have to squeegee it down little by little while holding it off the trailer. But since I have air release film, it's gonna make it a lot easier. I can just keep it straight, pull it glass so there's no wrinkles, and I wanna line a little low there. I wanna pull it, line our tape up on the sides, make sure all of our tape marks line up. Whoops. So boom, duct tape lines up, blue tape, all lines up. I'm gonna pull some of this weird tension out here so that we don't have any wrinkles when we're squeegeeing. We're pulling up and down and kind of just laying it down softly. Now I'm gonna take my squeegee, starting at your half hinge. You're gonna go ahead and start your smooth overlapping strokes, just like you're mowing the lawn here. All the way down. Now I am at this trailer seam here where the panels meet. I'm gonna kind of skip over that for now. Start directly after it and be squeegeeing down. Now, let me give you an up close look at how that looks. So again, it jumps here, jump over that seam, and begin again. Nice, smooth, overlapping strokes. You want to make sure to use lots of pressure too, especially with this masked film where I have transfer tape on top. Can't scratch the vinyl because of the transfer tape, so just, take your time, make sure you use lots of proper duct tape you have, make sure you don't cut the trailer. Rip your painter's tape. Now, this side, you also want to pull this half hinge off. And you can also save that if you want. Grab the backing from behind, pull it like that. Now again, I'm gonna pull all this, making sure to go nice and even, pull it straight, line up my tape. Boom, pull any weird tension out. Whoops, see this stuff is not very high tack at all, which is nice sometimes. So kind of just tack that, come on, not like that, not straight enough. There we go, just gonna kind of tack that corner there. All right, and then you get squeegeeing, starting from your hinge again, start over here. Go up, down, overlapping strokes with your squeegee slightly at an angle, pushing the air out towards the top and bottom of the film as you go. All the way. Again, we have another panel seam here, so just squeegee it to the edge and then kind of just skip over it, go straight down and continue. this tape off so I can squeegee it. Boom. So now that's all laid. Now you can go ahead. All right, so now that that's all laid, you can go ahead and pull your masking nice and slowly. See how that wasn't all the way stuck down, so you don't want to go too fast. You might rip a sticker or something like that. Just nice and slow, pulling against it in the direction that you're peeling, not out like this. You're gonna rip the stickers off, not pull against it. Keep nice, even pressure. Be careful on your panel seams. You don't pull the stickers off. Boom. Boom, just like that. All right, now we need to do our big chunk here. All right, now we're gonna do the big guy. And here, even if you wanted, you could technically split each letter up into its own sticker, but I don't think that's really necessary. So we're gonna use duct tape for our half hinge on the big guy. Whoop. Straight down. Like so. Now we are going to have to cut all of our markers here. All right, I'm going to start with this right side. Now the big one does get a little trickier, like I said. Gotta take a little more time, a little more careful. Okay, like so. And then I actually, I'm gonna tape that so I can walk over and cut my hinge. All right. Now same thing as the smaller one, just on a larger scale. You're gonna walk this all the way back. You're gonna line up all your tape marks, pull it glass, make sure it's nice and straight. This just making sure it's straight, glass with no wrinkles. Before you squeegee, just saves you from squeegeeing wrinkles or bubbles or anything into your graphics like that. So pull it nice and straight. Pull this tension out down, pull this tension out up. That looks pretty glass to me. Squeegee down. Pull back, make sure you take it back up. Boom, and the big part kind of worked out. But probably not, again, probably not. Alrighty, now we're gonna do the last sticker here. And in this case, we actually have a horizontal half hinge. So we're gonna be squeegeeing up and down versus left to right. Dang it. There you go. Pull the half hinge. Turn the top trailer in half. Double check. Boom. Same thing, bottom up easier. Simple. Half inch, right to go. Half inch. Do the other side. Okay, so we've got it all laid, trimmed, and post-heated. Now the next step and last step is obviously just to put your screws back into place. So you've got one side done, and then you're gonna basically repeat the same process on the other two sides, which are actually gonna be easier because the passenger side has the door on the side, so it's not as big of a sticker, and the back's obviously a lot smaller. So they're a lot easier to manage. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to all. So you're gonna go ahead and repeat the process on the other two sides, and we'll see you when that's done. All right, so just like that, guys, simple tutorial today. I know it's a little bit of a tricky one, but you do this a few times, it really becomes muscle memory, super easy to do. So again, how to install large decals. You just want to clean it, lay it, measure it, cut your seams, cut your edges, put your screws back in, post-heat it, and you're good to go. So if you guys have any questions about this tutorial, make sure to leave them in the comments below, or let us know what other types of tutorials you guys want to see. Other than that, if you enjoyed, make sure to like the video and subscribe to catch all of our future videos. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Boom. Later.